Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with another Power Rangers Dino Fury Theory video. This is going to be surrounding the mysterious lady in the tank in Void Knight's secret room. As all we know right now is that Void Knight has this mysterious lady in a tank that he is trying to revive or heal via the power of the Sporix, and it seems to be his beloved. And that's what we know for a fact, is it's somebody that he loves or cares about, and that he wants to revive her with Sporix powers. But who exactly is she? All we know is she's got a Mrs. Freeze vibe going on, and she's got some white hair, and based on the fact that she doesn't have those little horns, it doesn't seem like she's from Rafcon. It's still possible that Void Knight is from Rafcon. We don't know. I presume the armor is related to Rafcon because Zato recognizes it, and we've established that. I've also done another theory video on Void Knight and how that's involved, so, you know, he doesn't have to be from Rafcon though, but she doesn't also have to be from Rafcon. Basically, you can be from Rafcon or you're not. It's fine either way. But I think you know what I'm getting at, is that it's still possible that he's connected to his home planet, Zato's home planet, even if she isn't. But she could even be human for all we know. But she definitely has like an alien-like quality to her with her white hair, and just based on what we know from the show. What I'm curious about is, did he bring her there, or was she always at Area 62 and he just knew that she was there? Like, that's why he picked the base. Like, of course he made it seem like, oh, I found this base, but maybe that's the reason he was on Earth in the first place. But regardless, we need to figure out who she is. So I think she's Mrs. Freeze, and this is a DC crossover. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I think that she's just his beloved. I don't think at the moment she's going to be a character we know or somebody from the Sentai right away, but I saw one theory I really quite liked, is that she's basically going to become Eris, which is like the final queen villain of Ryusoulger, basically like a Sporix queen, and that a lot of people have been theorizing that Eris would basically be a Sporix queen we'd meet eventually. I found that to be kind of a boring idea, and I like this one a lot better, that effectively he's using the Sporix beast energy to revive her, but it's going to go wrong and end up turning her into this all-powerful Sporix beast, or even a Sporix beast queen, and then that could be the arc for Season 2, and may lead to Void Knight working with the Rangers in an anti-hero capacity. And don't get me wrong, I do get tired of villains that always have redemptive arcs, but I love the Void Knight suit so much, and it's definitely the type of character I would be a sucker for seeing a redemption arc for, of some sort. You know, who knows, maybe someone else will use the armor, but I could see that being an interesting story. Maybe a little bit cliche, but definitely an interesting storyline if somehow, by the end of Season 1, he manages to revive her, but it turns her into the big bad of Season 2, and then he's forced to work with the other Rangers, you know, or maybe somehow he ends up in the Ryusoul Brown suit when he's working with the other Rangers. Who knows? But I think that's a distinct possibility, and I like that theory a lot. I think it could be really interesting. Could also be a case where she doesn't even become a villain, and she's just horrified by what he's done when she gets out or something. Who knows? She could be tied to the Morphin Masters somehow, for all we know. She could be a Ranger herself. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff there about finding out who she is, who Void Knight is. Was he always a villain that's just trying to do something for someone he loves, like a villain who just loves people? That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Or was he a good guy and now he's just gone to extreme measures? I love how many questions there are. I mean, some people probably don't. Some people call them plot holes, even though they're just questions that haven't been answered yet. But there's a lot I'm interested in finding out. Like, if the armor is tied to Rafcon, and if so, how did he get it? Was he just an outsider that stole it? Is he tied into Rafcon and stole it? Is she tied into it? Would it be somebody that Zato might recognize? You know, it would be an interesting option. I know everybody seemingly was from Rafcon of the original Ranger group, but what if she was one of the original Rangers? What if they had a member of the group that was working with and fighting with Rafcon, but wasn't a Rafconian or whatever you would call them, and she was another alien, and she was like the original Pink Ranger or the original Green Ranger or something? I think that could be really interesting. So, but I think the idea that I like most, I do like the idea of her maybe being one of the original Rangers, but I think the idea of her becoming Eris, while a little bit cliche, could be really interesting for the whole show all around. But I think it was definitely an interesting twist I wasn't expecting. I honestly assumed that room was either going to contain maybe some sort of future villain we were going to meet that we know about from Ryusoulger, or it was just a room he took his mask off on like Darth Vader, but I did not expect that. I'm very interested to see. But who do you think the mysterious lady in the tank is? Let me know in the comments as always. As things develop and we get more information and I think about it more, I might do some updates. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.